Everybody, and thank you for taking the time today. I am so excited to share this conversation with Owens Gollamandolla. Owens and I have had some adventures together. I'm just going to say it to you that way because we've partnered on projects with clients all over the world, and we've learned a lot. And I'm really looking forward to Owens' take on that because he usually just lets me talk, which is fine. Owens is kind of the more reserved guy. You guys know me, I like to talk. So what we're going to do over the next 9 minutes is we're going to talk about our experience working together on API integration projects over the last, oh boy, at least since 2018. Owens is the account relationship manager for Empowered Margins. Owens has nearly 2 decades working professionally in IT, at least 7 years in IT education, ranging from its computer science and engineering degree to working on platforms, you know, cloud service, Azure, AWS, SharePoint, among others. I usually have to pull this stuff out of Owens because he's kind of quiet and reserved. So I'm just going to talk for him on this, but he knows so much. He works for Empowered Margins, co-founded by Rudy Pendala, a great colleague and mentor. We started as competitors. I think we weren't entirely sure if we liked each other or not, but he's just such a wonderful guy and takes care of his people, and he's been a good friend to us. And we do integration projects together. So with that, Owens, thank you for taking the time today.
Hello, Joe. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the wonderful and kind introduction.
Oh, absolutely. So we're going to dive right into it. Folks, as you guys know, we talk for about 8-9 minutes. You know, we're going to just get into it. I will tell you for a fact that Owens and I can and will talk longer if given the time. So it's important for us to keep an eye on that. So let's kick off with the first question, Owens. Why are you passionate about developing API and integration and custom solutions for associations?
Thank you, Joe, for asking me this question. I think that's such a great question because that brings the real inside of me. So right from my childhood, I had this great desire to make a positive impact wherever I live, wherever I go. So over the years of working, I have discovered that associations have the power of collective action and making a positive impact among their members and society as a whole. So since these associations play a crucial role in promoting collaboration, sharing knowledge, advocating this common interest, it allows me to contribute to meaningful causes as well. So that's why it resonates with me so greatly to serve associations so deeply and generally.
Mm-hmm. Owens, I really appreciate that answer. You know, when you and I were talking before, I was just like, holy cats, you're absolutely right. It's the power of associations and the good they do in the world that I think a lot. I mean, you are obviously a really bright guy. You work with a great company. You've got, you know, a wonderful boss. You know, our team is smart. We could be doing a lot of things, but I love the fact that you're passionate about associations. We're passionate about associations because of the good they do in the world. And I think we get to contribute to that. And your demeanor is such that I just love that, you know, the patience and that view of the bigger world. It's more than just the money. And so I appreciate that answer.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, thank you for empathizing about that. Money not being the priority, because we serve our customers and we have long-standing customers. Some of them did not need integration at some point, but then after several months, they come back to us. That's all because we put our hearts into associations like you guys do, same way. So thank you.
Yeah. So well said. So well said. All right. So here's the next question. And I think this is the juicy question that I hope that, you know, our viewers are going to walk away with some appreciation, because I mean, you and I know that integration projects can be hard, you know, for a number of reasons. And I'm going to let you talk about kind of your perspective. But the thing I would like to know is, what do you think are 3 things that association leaders should know before they engage, groups like us and get started on an API integration or a custom development project?
Yeah, sure. Basically, many associations, they need something and they get on to immediately to working on it, and then at some point face some roadblocks, and then do some soul searching at that point. But I would suggest to have these, if you ask me 3 things. First thing is the business goals or key challenges. What are you trying to solve for yourself as an association or for your members? So, are you just trying to build an integration as a one-time event, and then just trying later on only to regret how to manage that, how to upgrade that, how to keep up with your members. So business goals and key challenges are the first one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah.
if you could let me interject here, I couldn't agree more with that perspective of what's the business goal here and what are the challenges you're trying to overcome. One thing that just struck me is that you and I make decisions and offer guidance to clients based on what we think is in their best interest. And without them thinking through that, that's really hard for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I just think about like some clients where we've actually talked them out of projects because they weren't clear what success looked like and how they were going to serve their members.
I have a story as well from my side. So we have this standards body who have started this migration from one of their member database to another database. That's a project as an association. But after working several weeks, or I can say months into it, and spending a lot of time on vendors and also in the new AMS, they had to call it off because it did not meet basically the objectives or business goals, what they were trying to achieve, and it did not have the right configuration like that they need for their members. So yeah, it was such a, of course, unfortunate. It's not a good learning, but if only they could have planned it in advance, like have a clear goals or what they really needed, they could have saved that time and money and efforts.
Yeah, and pain. We have seen them experience that pain. So tell me, what's your second thing you wish they knew?
The second thing would be it's a continuation for the first one, like I was briefly mentioning in my first point, choosing the right AMS. When I say AMS, it's the association management software. Many associations also call it the member database. So having this the right AMS that serves the need for their members, like with the right product offerings and features, which can likely increase the member engagement and satisfaction and retain them and reduce the churn. So that could be that is the second one, and it is a twofold. I can say that right product offerings and features is one thing, and second thing is it scalable? Does it have the right APIs, not just APIs, the right APIs to connect with various applications, softwares in your ecosystem? So you have so many applications that your members use. How can you seamlessly transition them from your AMS member database to those applications without having them to do a double login, like use a single sign-on or seamless data integration, and having the data availability in those systems and data accuracy. So choosing the right AMS with the right API, that actually not any AMS, any API, that AMS and API that suits your organization is the second.
Right. And that's some really good advice is, and particularly the clients you guys work with, and we work with together, they're sophisticated. They're using all kinds of different tools, and they want access to both a solid enterprise platform and some of the best of breed tools, and they have to ask themselves, do we have that right combination? I think that's some great advice. So what's number 3? What's the third thing you wish that they would know?
It's number 3 is, first, you have clear business goals. Second thing, you have all the tools that are required, like AMS and APIs. Then, but you don't know how to do it. Like, you're not too technical, not tech savvy. So, and finding the right technology partner is the third tip that I can share. So you have to find someone who knows in and through those systems, those AMSs, APIs, and also are willing to listen to your business goals. It's not that they are an expert in software, but they are willing to walk you through your business processes and like workflows, and also how to map the data between these two systems. So only right technology partner, can do that. So finding a correct technology expert partners is the third point I can say.
Right. Well, and that's a really good point about the right partner. You and I, we have worked on some projects. I'm thinking about one client in particular who we really like, but is gonna remain nameless, that brought us into a project where somebody else hired an external design firm with WordPress expertise to create an external website, and they wanted a YM integration. And what you and I discovered, despite our best efforts to encourage them, is that they left the data integration point to the last point. And they didn't listen to us when we said, do data first so you know what's going to flow. And how long do you think that project went on before we were finally able to launch it?
Yeah, well, like 6 months.
At least 6 months. Yeah.
At least 6 months.
And what was interesting about that is that's 6 months of frustration, because the design firm told them, oh, well, this will go live on this date, and all we need to do is the integration. Like, that was the easy part. And I mean, sadly, Owens, how many times have we probably experienced something like this?
Every time. So I can say that I'm not discounting the associations who do the due diligence in advance. They are very good associations and clients that we serve to do that. But majority of the associations lack that kind of vision to have business goals and AMS and technology partner aligned, so that they can have a successful implementation, and then they can see that growth in the associations.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, and while you were talking, I just remember one other customer of ours. They're still a customer because they were a customer at some point, and then they upgraded to another CRM, and they found a vendor only to know that they had limited knowledge in what they were doing, and they kind of messed up both systems that they were integrating, with the data being inaccurate and no longer accurate. Meaningful to their members, basically. So at some point, they realized that the services that we had, they came back and asked, would you like to step in and take a look at and then correct us? We were like, more than welcome, because I see one small example. Like, I was sitting by my daughter and looking into her textbook the other day. She was reading that people, great people will be willing to take up the task that others have given up. So that is our motivation. So yeah, we are willing to help our customers, go a long way to help them on the projects or integrations others have given up on, so that we can help them. So that's our motivation.
Right, and it's interesting because we have that in common. We've inherited a number of projects, and the right partners with the right skills and the right attitudes and the willing to listen, and really understand the business case first and ask some of the hard questions, I think is so important. So with that, Owens, as promised, we went over our time because we enjoy talking with each other. And this is
Yes.
we really want our association leaders to succeed. For us, do we all need to make a living? Of course we do. But we really want you to succeed because we believe in the power of associations and the positive impact on the world, which was so well articulated by Owens. Owens, any other last comments?
Joe, no, thank you. Joe, I just want to say, and on a note that, thank you so much for having a chat with me. I know Starkweather is such a cool organization, association, services company, and I know that some of the most cool people work there, and I really love you guys. Thank you for being a great partners with us.
Thank you. Love back to you, Rudy, and the team. You guys have done so many good things to support us, our clients, and certainly the community that you care so much about. So with that, Owens,
Sure.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you in person, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Same here, Joe. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.